Hello guys, this is Sapphire Agami with Rain, episode 7 titled Left Behind. Now, this episode was quite interesting, and unlike most episodes where we kind of just focus on one character at a time, this one kind of has like all the characters, and you know we see the characters more in this episode. So, King Henry and his troops have left to handle some business, and so Count Vincent of Italy comes to visit. But unbeknown to Queen Catherine, Queen Mary, and the Dauphin of Francis, um, Count Vincent has actually come to seek revenge for his son's death. So while he is pretty much keeping Queen Catherine, Mary, and Francis occupied, his soldiers are slowly closing the gate, keeping all the servants locked up in the kitchen. Diane de Portes, the king's mistress, and her son, Badge, they have no idea what's going on until obviously it's too late. And so Count Vincent said he wants, revenge for his son's death because he blames the French for his son's death because they held him hostage, and he paid a ransom for him, which was 1,500. I think was the French currency should be francs. I'm not sure how it is in Italy, and on his way back home, he died on the way. So he's blaming them for his son's death and also for his wife because obviously she died of heartbreaking because that was the only heir to Italy. So Mary and Catherine end up forming a plan together to get everyone out of the castle before Count Vincent leaves with Francis hostage because he's gonna take Francis hostage. Sort of like an eye for an eye thing. Like, I lost my son, you gonna lose yours. Because at this time frame, Francis is the only heir to the throne. Because the other two are obviously they're small, but it's not like it's unheard of for a child at their age to become king. Become king if Henry dies. So Mary goes to the unknown person that we have yet to see who lives within these tunnels to mark a safe way out of the castle, so she could get serving the people out there, because she knows that Francis, when they tell Francis that he's not gonna want to leave Mary, but you also got you got other people in this castle besides Mary and your mother to save. You got your servants in here, so you have to get all of them safe. So they get Olivia. Oh God, I hated her so much in this episode. Like, I mean, I understand that she's in love with Francis and she's upset that that his heart belongs to Mary. But I mean, you need some things you gotta save for later, because at this time frame, people's lives are on the line, and you being all green eyed monster out. There's no time for that. Push that shit aside and do what you gotta do. Or I'm just certain things. It's just like some things, especially in the situation like that, you can put aside these people, these men. These are men. And there's really not that many men to sit here and protect them. The men they have is Bash and Francis, who have some sort of fight, who actually has some training and fighting and stuff. And that's not going to be enough. You talking about your mama, Queen Catherine. You talking about Mary and her ladies in waiting. Mary and her ladies in waiting, well, probably besides Kenna, they're all virgins, okay? Your first time is supposed to be something nice, not brutally taken, okay? Just saying, okay? And then, so while they having everybody come with the plan, Queen Mary and her and Queen Catherine pretty much try to keep these women busy. So Queen Mary actually had to stop one of the men from raping Kenna, talking about because they said here's their justification for the reason why they was going to just rape this girl, because she's a king's whore. Look, just because a woman has put herself is in a position of a mistress, or she works as a harlot or a porn star, technically in this day and age, does not mean it does not give you the right to rape her. She is still a woman. She still has her rights. Okay, just because she's a mistress, a prostitute, or a porn star, does not mean she wants the D. Okay, that does not automatically mean she wants the D. Okay, thank you. So while they come up with so the Queen Catherine decided they're gonna have to keep the Italians busy. So um, Catherine, Mary, and her ladies in waiting will have a feast with the Italians, while Francis sneaks out else out through the castle's secret passageway that had been marked for safety by Calypso. Olivia is left behind to open the passage door for Mary, but when it's time for Mary and her girls to leave, because Mary has to come up with an excuse so she can leave along with her ladies in waiting. So she said, my course is too tight. So they like, so conference like, go handle it, because obviously, because courses you kind of need more than one person doing, Ooh. So they head into the passageway. Olivia is not there because her behind ran off. I'm like, somebody get rid of her. Like, exile her from France, please, because she just pissed me off right then and there. Because she's scared they gonna find her. Yeah, see, she is not a ride or die chick. We can see that already. She is not ride or die chick. She is not a ride or die girl. Mm-mm. She's too scary for me. No, get rid of her. She is not worthy to be your mistress. If she gets scared that easily, she is not worthy to be a king's mistress. If you're gonna be a king's mistress, you gotta be ride or die. You know what I'm saying? In case stuff hit the fan, she runs away too quickly for me. If Francis is gonna have a mistress, he needs to find himself another one because she ain't working out so far. Because she about to let your queen die. That's all I'm saying. So as they knocking on the freaking secret passage door, marrying her ladies, the Count Vincent's one of his men come and see him, say, and he was like, "Oh, we're just on our way back." So that threw off Lady Catherine, Queen Catherine. She's like, "Oh snap!" So obviously something was wrong when she saw Marion come back. So obviously she has another plan of sleep, but they don't know it. So they come back and sit down, and Queen Catherine tells Vincent, because he's about to leave with Francis, and she's like, "Don't take my son, take Mary." And talking about if he would have ruined her, obviously that would ruin her too, because obviously she's a queen and she has to marry a king. She has to be pure. So the men had touched some gold earlier, and now the King Vincent has gotten to the point of pissed off, and along with the men take the ladies, getting preparing to rape them. And Vincent obviously is about to prepare to rape Mary, but before the council men could rape the women, they end up dying and start bleeding from the nose. So Count Vincent, he's like, "What the hell?" And she's like, she knows a little thing about poison because she poisoned the gold. And in early in the episode, they had all touched that gold except for Count Vincent, because he was confused for a minute. He was like, "Well, I ate the same food they did. I drank the same drink." She's like, "Hmm." And the gold had poison on it. So then he got really put on, really preparing to rape Mary until she stabs him. Mary stabs him in the throat, and Francis comes in and cuts off his hand. And Francis goes and takes Kenna, because they had beat this girl. Like, it made no sense. They started punching the girl, so he had to take her to go get her nose fixed and stuff. And so Mary and Catherine have a little chat before she leaves, and Catherine pretty much tells her that um, what she told her is pretty much about not waiting for a man to save you, because Catherine, early in the show, she had told Mary and her ladies of a story, which was about her when she was 8. She was held hostage, and she was there for 8 years, and she said she used to hear the men talking about how they would pass her around like she was just a freaking ham sandwich, meaning they would rape her. And to come to find out, they did rape her. Nobody, the Pope and them did not get there in time. She got raped by all these men. She was gang raped. And so Catherine was like, your lesson is don't wait for a man to save you, because they might not get there in time. Because at the time frame, a woman pretty much had to rely on a man for protection. That was you had to rely on a man for protection at this time frame. You had protection, money, a roof over your house, because a woman's sole duty in these time frames was to get married, bear children. Get married, bear children. You had no other option. I mean, you could go ahead and be a servant or a bar wench or a prostitute or a mistress. And that was the other options. But it's not like you had choices like today, like, I'm gonna go be a doctor, or I'm gonna go be a lawyer, I'm gonna go be an astronaut, or I'm gonna be a teacher. See, we have more choices today, but back then you really have that much of choice. And so Mary and Francis reconcile, and Mary, I'm guessing, is going to lose her virginity tonight, which in part, with most people probably be like, "Oh, that is so romantic. Mary and Francis gonna finally make love." Wait. As much as this will seem so beautiful, Queen Mary is a queen. She is not yet married to King Francis, even though he's her betrothed. For one, their marriage day has not yet been settled. So if she does lose her virginity to the Dauphin of France, and they never get married, she has ruined herself, because no other king is going to want her. No other king is going to want her, because she has lost her virginity, her maidenhead, her purity, her innocence. She has lost it because she didn't already gave it to Francis. And then we find out with Baz, he learns that his mother Diane was working together with the Count Vincent as a part of a plan to remove Henry's other sons, because she wants to have Baz legitimized and become Henry's heir. Because stating from last week's episode, which involved the pagans, is that if they find out that Diane in her past was a pagan herself, that puts a mark on her back. And not only that, Bash is already the bastard child. And when King Henry eventually dies, and Queen Catherine, the sole ruler, or by that time frame, Francis will become king, she said, "Do you really think your brother will be able to protect you?" And at the end of the day, he probably will not, because you are the bastard child. You have no rights. I mean, you're his brother and all, but at the end of the day, he's the heir of France. He is the son of Queen Catherine and King Henry. You're just a child of King Henry and his mistress Diane. You don't have that much power compared to Francis. When people see you, they be like, "Oh, shut up, bastard." When they see Francis, they be like, "Oh, Your Majesty." You see the difference? So that's why Diane is trying to get her son legitimized. Because if she could get him legitimized, then he could have the same rights as his brother Francis. Because technically, because usually within these situations, the oldest usually becomes the heir. But since Bash is the oldest, but he's also the bastard child, that skips him and goes straight to Francis, who is the second, who's the second child on Earth. So that's how that works. And the episode 8 will be titled Faded. And it's gonna be on December 12th, and then the 9th episode is gonna be titled For King and Country, and that'll be January 23rd, 2014. So we'll have a nice, decent break between episodes 8 and 9, because Christmas coming up, and a lot of these shows are going on, obviously, season on their mid-season finale. So, I mean, because you don't want to ruin Christmas with politics and whatnot, and death and zombies. So yeah. So just tell me what you guys thought about this episode's title, Left Behind, episode 7 of Reign. Personally, I think the show is doing pretty good, and I would like to see a season 2. So just comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts. Bye.